Juan, Abby here from Abby Energy. Today we're going to be discussing thyroid dysfunction, hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and the connection to your gut, but also your gallbladder. So sadly, I am seeing this a lot with my clients, and it's just a trend that more and more younger women and sometimes men are now experiencing thyroid dysfunction. Your thyroid sits right here, and it's basically like your thermostat. It's your metabolism. It controls your hair health, your body temperature, your ability to gain and lose weight. And if that is slow, you're just going to feel sluggish and off. I believe some of the reasons for this is we're no longer getting iodine in our diets. And we have diets full of more toxic metals like bromium, fluoride, and these tend to attach to your iodine and deplete them. So whatever little iodine you have, if you're eating tons of bread, let's say that is high in bromium, it attaches to the iodine and depletes it further. Another reason may be, and this may sound out there, is so your thyroid is very, very sensitive to radiation, especially X-rays. But since I think we're 12 years into having cell phones, and they're great, our life without a cell phone would be a lot less easy. But having the cell phone right here and those EMF frequencies do have an effect on your thyroid. So it's best to always speak on speaker. If you have like a selfie pole, attach it to a selfie pole, and that way try to keep the phone away from you as much as possible. Another trend I see that has a huge effect on your thyroid is spraying perfume right here. Those chemicals steep into our bodies. It's just like if I put a speck of cyanide on your shirt, it would steep into your shirt, into your pores, and it would kill you. So these chemicals that we spray directly have an effect on our endocrine system and our thyroid. And if you did this day in and day out, Hashimoto's is just a form of thyroid immune dysfunction, lots of toxic metals, lots of chemicals. So every little step helps, keeping the phone away from you, replacing your toxic makeup, lotions, sunscreens for non-toxic options. Luckily, we have so many great non-toxic options available. You can go to Whole Foods, you can make your own. I will be sharing videos on how to make your own sunscreen, how to make your own lotion. And then just going back to good old Dr. Bronner's. It's a soap that is like 10 in 1. You can use it for your laundry, you can use it for your body, you can use it for your dishes, you can use it to clean, and it's literally made with essential oils like coconut oil, olive oil, just things that don't have a toxic effect on our body. There are studies that do show that chemicals have a link to thyroid cancer and thyroid dysfunction. So just having an awareness of these issues. Now, where does your gallbladder come into play? Your gallbladder helps produce bile, and within that bile is where the toxins accumulate. They stick to the bile, and then you poop it out or shit it out. But when your bile isn't working well, you can't convert T4 to T3 properly, and that's another huge issue. Because your bile, you're not producing enough bile. And when you don't produce enough bile, you have more inflammation, more toxins, more CIC, compromised immune complexes floating around in your blood. Another thing is gut issues. So many of us have gut issues. It's not our fault. It's chemicals that are sprayed onto our food. If you grew up eating cereal, like I did, a lot of it was sprayed, and it still is, with glyphosate. And over time, taking rounds of antibiotics, stress, chemicals in the food, eating a diet of refined sugars and grains and not enough minerals and fatty acids creates leaky gut. So instead of your gut being nice and solid, there's little holes, and then food particles come out, okay? and they float around in your blood, and they're called CICs, complex immune compromises, and they create further inflammation. So it's like more stress on your organs, and thyroid being one of them. So when I address thyroid dysfunction with my clients, whether it be hypo, hyper, Hashimoto's, it's important to get the whole lifestyle, your gut and your gallbladder in the game. It's not just focusing on this. And the fact that when we go to doctors and they say we have to be on medication for the rest of our life, that sounds fucking crazy, okay? These medications have effects on our body, but you can slowly start rebuilding your glands, not just your thyroid, but rebuilding them with minerals. And the most important minerals for the thyroid are iodine and selenium. Okay, iodine helps protect it. Selenium helps bring glutathione to the thyroid. The more glutathione, the more of an antioxidant, the more it can function better, and it can like fight off the toxic metals that come around, the chemicals, the stuff that's just in our environment, as well as getting your bile in the gallbladder in the game. So kelp with iodine, it's a little tricky. You could unbalance your body. That's why it's best to always go with something like kelp. Kelp is a safe, gentle form of iodine. Iodine is tricky. You could take too much and unbalance you. But with kelp, this is an algae, and I am not a doctor. This is what I do for me and my clients, but this is not medical advice. This is just what I do. So I take kelp. It's a great source of iodine, as you can see. Iodine. I take about 1 to 6 daily. In the beginning, I took 6. Yes, that's how depleted I was. And selenium. So selenium is a precursor to iodine. They work like buddy-buddy, and they just help each other out faster. Then you start your salt. You get no more of that table salt that is stripping your thyroid of iodine. You get real salt, mineral salt, pink salt, Celtic salt. I like this one. I will link it below. It's Hawaiian jade salt, and it's this beautiful, look at that, it's like crystals, if you can see that. As well as having iodine, it has silica. And silica is what makes your skin silky and gives you that shine in your hair. It's a mineral we have a lot of when we're kids, but again, with age, it kind of depletes. So it's high in silica. As far as your gallbladder, so gallbladder is one of those organs, in my view, that is necessarily to have. It's not a throwaway organ. I don't know why they do that, but they do. So gallbladder helps produce bile, and within that bile, it binds to the toxins in your body and helps you poop it out. When we remove our gallbladder, we can no longer digest fatty acids, and that is so important. Fats are part of a balanced diet, carb, fats, and natural sugars. I believe in balance, but if you have issues with your gallbladder, it's important to start adding bitters into your diet. Bitters are like radishes. You could eat the radish, have a bite. I try to include steamed radish every week into my diet because they're high in sulfur, they're high in bitters, they help activate your gallbladder, and they give your liver sulfur, and this binds to the toxins in your body and it helps remove it. Another easy thing is enzymes. We are born with enzymes. Some people are born with more, some people are born with less. But over time, with age and stress and chemicals, these enzymes weaken and you just don't have enough, and then you can't produce HCl, gastric acid, and a whole host of other gut issues happen. So getting your gut in the game is so important. I don't talk much about probiotics because to me, they're kind of useless if you have leaky gut. It's best to address that through diet, lifestyle changes, and an enzyme. My favorite one is this one, Healthy Gut, Holozyme. And within it, you have the whole enzyme family. Protease, amylase, lipsin, lactase to help with dairy, meat. And when you take these enzymes, they're like little fighters, little soldiers that come around, and they help you break down your food further so your gut can now heal, and you take a load off your gut, and then it goes in and it can start sealing itself, along with a few detox procedures that I recommend to my clients. And within a year, most of your gut issues are gone. I say a year just to be safe. The younger you are, the quicker you can rebuild your body. The older you are, it does take some time. But it's so important to add bitters back into your diet. Rest when you're eating. Don't eat in the car. Eat while you're sitting down. Pray to your food before you eat. Bless it. And take those minerals for your thyroid. I will be adding videos how to help stimulate your thyroid and start detoxing some of the heavy metals. But implementing these little steps into your life not only helps your thyroid, but your energy and your skin. I know a lot of us are into our skin and our looks. So little lifestyle changes that go a long way. Let me know if in the comments what other types of videos you'd like, and thank you for watching. I will link this below, and wishing everybody a blessed